Poetic beats. Poetic beats.
This is First GenXers.
Poetic beats. Poetic beats.
Good afternoon, y'all. Welcome to today's edition of the Cheap Pop Podcast. I am here, as always, with my favorite co-host, Dave Roomscribe, and the Saint, or otherwise known as Agent K28. I myself am Dark Lord 100. And gentlemen, as always, let's step first foot in with our pop culture quiz. All right. First question up, gentlemen. You two seem to be a big fan of this movie. So in the usual suspects, can't get that out of my mouth there. In 1995, what is the name of the ship where the climactic massacre takes place? Think about it for a little bit and get back to us at the end of the hot topics. The first hot topic right off the press, well, actually, not hot off the press. It's like mildly warm off the press, considering this is from last week on the 21st. Tom Holland caused a pause to the filming of Spider-Man Brand New Day by falling and injuring himself. And evidently he wasn't the only one. The stuntman as well was injured, and they both ended up going to the hospital, but within days of that, Holland was back up on his feet and doing well. Gentlemen, here's the question I have for y'all. What do you think this means in regards to, like, is this another example of how people who are worth hundreds of millions, like Tom Holland, really shouldn't be doing their own stunts?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, you see these guys, and I get it. I get the thrill of wanting to do the stunt, of wanting to be the actual person out there doing the danger. But man, you worth hundreds of millions, Mr. Holland. Like, take care of yourself.
Yeah, and this has been addressed by no less a personage than Danny Trejo. Not the Tom Holland situation, but the big name stars doing their own stunts.
Yeah,
and
Tom Cruise, etc. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. In that, there's a certain point where Danny used to work as an extra stuntman and things like that, and then transitioned into a name star. And he realized that he can't do his own stunts anymore, because if he gets hurt, the production shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who knows for how long? I mean, this was fortunate. We're all glad Tom is okay. And it's fortunate that it was only like a mild concussion that he suffered. But if this was a broken limb or something, just serious like that, we're talking weeks, if not months, that production is shut down. And that's hundreds of people who have put their life on pause to work this film who aren't getting millions of dollars
Exactly.
that have to sit around and rejuggle their life around this shooting schedule, the new shooting schedule,
Hmm.
which means they may have to pass up on some other jobs.
Right, right. What's up, Saint? Yeah, we can't hear you, bro.
Can't hear you.
You're not on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
There you go. There you go.
Okay. So, um, well, let's just think about the guys that do stunts. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking about, of course, that's a perfect example. Jackie Chan. I mean, he did the
Yeah.
majority of in his own movies, and even
But didn't he
showing
break his
a lot of
leg
the
at Rumble in
clips.
the Bronx?
He's
Yeah,
he's
he
broken
did,
every
but
single
he
bone in
also
his body.
his body.
Yeah.
But some of that stuff he's been able to do that. And then there are certain things, there are certain parts, like I think there was like a leg or something that it was supposed, I guess, wrapped up in a cast or something that he used in Rumble in the Bronx, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, he broke his leg on the stunt where he jumps from the top of one building over to the fire escape on the other one.
Yeah.
Supposedly he broke it on the first time they did it. He broke his leg on that, and it shut down production for a few days
Yeah.
or for a few like weeks while Jackie Chan got healthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the subtle difference between Tom Holland having an injury as
Yeah,
opposed
Right.
to to Jackie Chan
Right.
having an
Because their
injury.
training is different.
right.
Jackie Chan is essentially a trained stuntman. He's
Yeah,
trained to do that, and that was a shit happens accident for him. Tom Holland is not trained to do the same things. He gets quick little brief, couple of run throughs, but he really doesn't. It's not his specialty.
yeah,
Stuntmen are specialized in knowing how to. One of the first things you ask
How
martial
to fall.
artists, martial artists, wrestlers, the first thing you have to learn is how to take a fall, how to release the kinetic energy to limit your impact. And
100%.
yeah,
Like, yeah. And it's not that he wasn't, because I'm pretty sure they ran him through. I'm pretty sure this was probably just like a fluke injury. It's not like, he was doing something he shouldn't have. It just
right.
sometimes that happens when you do your own stunts.
Yeah.
I just would beg, whatchamacallits, I would just beg the bigger stars, the Rocks, Tom Holland, Samuel Jackson's, like, let your stuntmen do the work. Let them carry the heavy load.
That's what you're paying them for.
Yep.
And they're getting paid very well.
Very well. All right, so this will move us on to the next part of the conversation. I know Dave did some reading up on the internet about what happened, and myself and AGK28 have seen the episode. But let's talk Peacemaker, in which we have 2 episodes left, because I believe this is supposed to be an 8-episode series. So we're closing in on the finale. The last episode 5 had saw Chris jump over into the other universe of the Chris that he had killed earlier in the season, and tried to basically permanently replace him because he thought it was the coolest place ever, because him and what's her name? Harcourt. Him and Harcourt were married, or were together, and his brother was still alive, and so was his dad, and they were all superhero fighting team. But yeah, so he decides to go there. So this episode is basically about this timeline's Harcourt and the gang going after Chris in the other dimension, and saying, what not necessarily the big twist, but just what were your thoughts on the episode overall?
well, I mean, I was totally thrown off all the way up until Vigilante got into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he started talking, he started talking against the grain, then we knew something was something was wrong at that point.
Amen. And we get this great episode that leads up to where Harcourt and Chris finally have this conversation, sort of, that we've been wanting them to have like the whole season about what happened with them. And then they do this in the last, I want to say, what was it, like 5 minutes of the episode or 3 minutes of the episode? You get this sequence of scenes that sees, what's her name? Is it Angela? The black woman.
Yeah, that's
I remember not the name of the actress, but the name of the character.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
But okay, so
like,
well, needless to say, her character is walking down the street, and all of a sudden, like every person in the neighborhood is just kind of like staring at her, like hardcore. And then at this simultaneous moment, Chris and Hardcore are walking through Argus's offices, and Chris is talking to Hardcore, and Hardcore's kind of like, have you noticed anything like since we've been here? And she's like, what? And they flash back to, I think her name's Angela, and she's now walking, and now there's people like stopping their cars and talking to each other, and says she's walking down the street. They flash back to Chris and Hardcore, and he's like, no, what? Like, what? And she's like, I have not seen a single person of color since we got here. Like, what's up with that? And he's like, huh. And he kind of thinks back and noted he hadn't seen one either. And they flash back to Angela. And right as they flash back to Angela, Hardcore's brother, or not Hardcore, Chris's brother, is driving his truck and slams on his brakes, steps out of his thing, and what will be the line of the century, just because of how hilarious it was. He starts honking his horn loud and says, one got out, a black got out. And and everybody, Angela now realizes what's going on and freaks out and starts running. At this moment, you flash back to Chris and Hardcore at Argus, and Chris picks up what should be an American flag. He folds it out, and it has a swastika in the middle of it. And we flash back to Angela, who's now running down the middle of the street away from every white person in that neighborhood as they all try to catch the black. And then they flash back to Argus, where the Hardcore from that universe points out that that's not me. And yeah, it's an interesting end cut to the episode. But gentlemen, I'd love to get your thoughts how this ties into the bigger DCU, because there's one more thing I want to talk about in a little bit after you guys give your opinions about a special appearance that was made by a person, by one of the characters from the main DCU in the Superman movie. But Dave, kick us off with your thoughts.
It's not having seen it, but knowing just a little bit about it, I think it's good. James Gunn, if you've noticed, is not so subtly anti-Nazi. I mean, the very existence of G.I. Robot should tell you where James Gunn stands on Nazis. And I think this is going to be a very interesting development, in that, yes, there's a reality out there in the greater DCU multiverse where, fascist America. I don't know how well the message and the tones are going to be received by the general public, but we'll see. And apparently, Fortnite just disabled a Peacemaker emote called the Nazi Peacemaker emote after that episode, and it's got Peacemaker, his helmet off, posing like this.
Oh no! So basically, he's making himself into a swastika.
Yeah, and so that's been disabled in Fortnite.
Oh my goodness! I
Yeah.
tell you, what should be a harmless TV show, right?
Well,
Saint, your thoughts on it?
Welcome to Earth X. I
Yeah,
yeah,
mean, you knew something was gonna take place, which kind of ties in a little bit back to the Arrowverse. Where
yeah,
Earth
right.
X was a lot. Earth X was actually a lot darker,
Mhm.
but you knew where the fear was. In this case, you had no idea that this was going to be, like somewhat friendly, but behind the scenes, it's some
and hold
dark and
on.
sinister shit.
And here's
Mhm.
what's funny is that I'll be honest with you, I hadn't noticed. Like until Hardcore says something to him while they're walking through the Argus office, I hadn't noticed. Like I hadn't noticed that that he hadn't ran across a scene, even when he was driving through the town. Remember, and everybody was cheering on Peacemaker. I didn't notice that there were no people of color there at all.
Right. And that in itself is very telling about our society
Yeah,
Right.
and our societal standards
yeah,
that we don't even notice when there are people of color, even just in the background.
yeah, yeah. Like, well, no, the absence of it.
Yeah.
No, we have not seen the Wolverine trailer yet. Well, I'd say, unless you guys have. Have you guys seen the
Oh,
Wolverine trailer?
oh
No.
yeah, I have.
Well, go ahead and give us your thoughts because Wood's asking about it in the comment section.
Violent, very good, very Wolverine and Insomniac, and I guarantee you, take my money, please, because
Uh,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
I mean, I'm thinking that I haven't seen the trailer yet, but having just finished off the Spider-Man series on my live play streams, um, I'm all for Insomniac doing Wolverine. Hell, why stop at Wolverine?
yeah.
Get a Daredevil game going. Get a Black Panther game, solo game going. Get a Captain America solo game going from Insomniac using that game engine and system.
I'm down. I'm completely down. So, all right.
uh,
The last thing I will get to on Peacemaker is this. Our boy Nicholas Holt
Mm-hmm.
made his small screen debut as the one and only Lex Luthor, as the now bald, well, no, he was bald in the movie too, as the bald Lex Luthor. And yeah, he's working with Rick Flag Sr., trying to help him figure out a way to get to Peacemaker in the other dimension.
Yep.
And so we will see if it comes to fruition, but it was nice seeing him. And I love it because he's trying to negotiate. The entire conversation between him and Rick Flag Sr. cracks me up because he's trying to negotiate his way out of jail with the information and abilities that he has. And Rick Flag's like, no, that's not even on the table. We might
yeah,
move you
that
to
that
a
was funny.
cushier jail, but that's it. Like, no freedom for you. What were you saying, Sam?
No, I was like, yeah, that's like, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So, all right. So, back to the pop culture quiz for the day, gentlemen. Do you have an answer? In the usual suspects, 1995. What is the name of the ship where the climactic massacre takes place? Now, both of y'all should remember this because this ship also has a name that should be very familiar to you based on your fandoms, or at least one of your fandoms. That one. You guys pass? All right.
Yeah.
All right. The answer is the Kobayashi Maroon.
Oh, right.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, that was the answer. All right. So that will take us straight out of Hot Topics and straight into right, pop culture corner, where we like to talk about all things pop culture. All right, so first topic up here. Actually, first thing up is always the pop culture quiz. So let's go ahead and drop that. So I'll give you guys some time to think about it. In Fight Club, what consumer product does Edward Norton's character obsessively order from IKEA to furnish his apartment? I'll let you guys sit on that and think on that, and we'll move on to our first subject of Pop Culture Corner, which is Marvin Jones III, otherwise known as Tobias Whale
From Black Lightning.
from Black Lightning, to play crime boss Tombstone in the new Spider-Man Brand New Day. He becomes one of many artists, I've stopped counting, who have appeared in both the DCU or DC product and a Marvel product. So, gentlemen, what are your thoughts? I don't know much about the character Tombstone, so maybe you guys can fill me in.
What about Tombstone?
Tombstone?
Yeah.
Tombstone? Dude.
Lonnie Lincoln.
Lonnie Lincoln, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was actually a friend to Robbie.
To Robbie
Joe
Robertson?
Robbie.
Well, he wasn't a friend. He was more of the frenemy bully that Robbie had in high school.
That.
Yeah. But both from the same neighborhood, both on opposite sides of the track. And, you know, I don't want to get into physical stereotyping because he did a great job with Tobias Whale.
Yeah.
But
That's
the fact that Tombstone is a albino African American, and so is Marvin Jones III.
right.
So it again, it's kind of like, I don't want to say that, Peter Dinklage was right for Tyrion because of his physical size or physical condition, but it works. But Tombstone, super strong, feels no pain, super tough.
So basically, he's Tobias Whale.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's Tobias Whale of Marvel.
Right. With a little bit of other, with a little extra stuff in that when he was a kid, he got subjected to an experimental drug, which gave him the abilities and powers.
Okay.
But really, really ruthless character. Introduced back in the 90s and became very popular.
Tombstone?
Yeah, Tombstone.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing to
We have
sneeze
no
at.
straight picture.
Yeah. In fact, I think I actually have that issue of Spider-Man where Tombstone gets introduced.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, soon enough, it may be worth some money, sir.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hold on, I'm trying to find a picture of this before we move on to the next.
And he's actually voiced Tombstone in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and will be repeating with Beyond the Spider-Verse.
He did, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is quite interesting.
Yep.
All right, so congratulations to this man who's cleaning up. Like I was just having a conversation with somebody the other day about the fact that that people, that I don't understand why people go off on why people go off on people for for having a lot of work. They're like, we see the same actor all over the place. Yeah, that's because it's working. Yeah. Like every actor would kill for it to be consistently working. Like I use David Boreanaz as a prime example. The man did a few Hollywood movies, but primarily he went from Buffy to Angel to Bones to SEAL Team. Like he's just stayed consistently working. Shout out, he's one of my favorites too. All right, so
yeah.
All right. So
But
the next subject up here.
this few more notes on Spider-Man: Brand New Day. They're saying that filming should resume tomorrow, September 29th. Um, and it's being directed by Destin Daniel Creighton, who gave us the fantastic Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Let's see. Zendaya will be back as MJ, and Mark Ruffalo will be supposed to be back for as the Hulk.
That's all.
And we have Sadie Sink from Stranger Things, who is going to be. She's got an undisclosed role, so we don't know. Yeah, there's talk. There's been casting rumors about a live action Gwen Stacy. Either
This would be the second one.
yeah,
This
but
would be the
either
second live action.
yeah, either unpowered or as Spider Gwen / Ghost Spider.
Okay. Saint dipped out real quick, but now he's back. All right, so
I
that's
don't know.
the
My got
Spider.
disconnected for some reason. Man, my
Uh,
signal dropped.
Well, say Spider-Man: Brand New Day. All right, so the next subject comes to us straight from the red carpet, as X-Men '97 star Leon Zan rocks a Rogue cosplay at the Emmys. Gentlemen, before you give your thoughts, let me give you an idea of what it looks like. I think it looks amazing. What do you gentlemen think?
I thought it was fantastic. And this is Rogue's outfit from this year's Hellfire Gala.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was just
Very well done.
very well done. Very brave of her to do that. I mean, but that just kind of puts her right up there in the ranks of like Iman Vellani, who routinely dresses up as Miss Marvel, and just shows the connection with the character. Now, if we can only get Allison Seeley Smith in a Storm outfit.
Yeah, Storm. All right, and Saint, a straight shout out to you. Tony Williams is on the YouTube channel watching, says hello to everyone, says salute to the
Hey,
Saint.
hey.
Shout out to Wood as well. And then shout out to Tech Tinkers, who's tapping in as usual. All right. Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's that one. Say any thoughts on her? Get on her cosplay.
No, looks exactly like it. You know, I'm just saying, like, kind of like the movie X-Men. You know, kind of like a little bit of a blend in there. You know what I mean?
But
I will say this. Go ahead.
But also, it's like, you know, all these, all the big name Hollywood, you know, movie and TV stars. And this is for the Emmy, so it'd be TV. But you know, talking about who designed their
outfits
in there. Yeah, it's this is a Vera Wang. It's a blah blah blah. It's like, yeah. And now it's like, oh yeah, I'm wearing a jumbo carnation. That's the name of the designer for all the Hellfire Gala outfits in the comic books. Jumbo Carnation.
Nice. Well, I say keep doing it. The more cosplay we get in the world, the better things can be. So I follow a couple of cosplayers on threads that are pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna drop down to the bottom of the running sheet here, gentlemen. Real quick before we go back to Marvel and DC news. First subject up is let's see. Paramount's live action Halo series is heading to another streaming service. Does this mean good news for season 3? For those of you that remember, Paramount Plus had I thought it was pretty good as far as storytelling and graphics and stuff like that. Halo live action. It's rude to point at people. There we go. It's live action television series based off the game, and I thought it was pretty well done. It ended up getting canceled after 2 seasons, but now it's going to show up on Netflix here soon.
Starting
And
October 1st.
Yep, and it said that there is potential for there to be a 3rd season, which I would completely love because, like I said, I want to continue to see where they're going with the story.
Right.
So, Dave, your thought? Go
ahead. Netflix does this occasionally. They pick up shows that have great fan response and potential just to give the resolution capper season. I mean, they did that with Lucifer.
Did they?
Yeah. Because that final season was all Netflix. It wasn't done by WB
at all.
In there. Yeah. They gave us a pretty good second season to one of my favorite animes, Tiger and Bunny.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say it like this: if they can give me more Halo, I watch Netflix a lot anyway because I watch it because of Raw. If they can give me more Halo, I can rewatch the first 2 seasons and continue. Bokeem Woodbine had a big role in that Halo series, and he was super good. Saint, your thoughts on the potential of Halo coming, or the Halo definitely coming to Netflix, and the potential of us getting a 3rd season?
Assuming that a few of the other games and stuff, or things of anime or anything of that nature. I mean, if Halo is going to give them the royal, hell yeah, I'm for it. They cry with me. So yeah, it's
You're chopping up pretty bad, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were chopping up pretty bad. We didn't hear some of what you said there. But okay. Well, we did catch. Now I get you. And Dave mentioned this wouldn't be Netflix's first time of doing something like this because Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
You know, they picked that up after 1 season from YouTube, gave it a 2nd season, and ended up giving it 5 more because it was so popular. It could happen with the Halo series as well. Mm-hmm. All right. And then the last subject before we move on to Marvel and DC news is they have finally released the full cast list for Spaceballs 2. Let's see. We of course knew about that. Yes. Let's see. Where's the cast list? There's not one. Oh wow.
Or it's also being called in some internet circles, Spaceballs 2, The Schwartz Awakens.
The Schwartz Awakens. I can't wait. Like I said, I cannot see I did not see in the article, they did not mention who's going to be playing John Candy's character
his
from
son.
the movie. Is it really? I heard rumors, but is it official now?
Let me take a look because, yeah, you're right. This one doesn't. Let's see. All
right.
I'm still okay. So here we go. Right, it's buried in there, but Bill Pullman and Daphne Zuniga are back.
Right.
We are adding in, and we all know Rick Moranis has returned. But Josh Gad, KK Palmer, and Lewis Pullman are going to be in the among them.
Yeah.
Let's see. And George Weiner is returning, who played Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
That's right.
That's insane. There you go.
So let me take a look real quick.
Was good. Pope Politicking was good.
Hey, Pope Politicking. What's up, player?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
And
T-Man Sanchez as well. Tony.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yep. Okay, I guess I'm checking IMDb, and it's not that much. on there. Just Josh Gad. And it
Everybody.
looks like Lewis Pullman's going to be playing. Hinting from the name is going to be playing the son of Lone Star and Princess Vespa.
Starburst, huh?
Yep.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you like this. I've already laughed. Oh, my goodness. Well, prayers out to you. Pope Politicking, definitely. I'll say it looks like that they are definitely going to have us laughing, as usual.
Oh, yeah.
Any Mel Brooks product. You're going to get your laugh on. That's a for sure thing.
Ooh. Yeah.
So now
just caught the chat, and yeah, hope you're doing okay, Pope Politicking.
Yeah, ooh. Been there, done that.
Yep.
All right. So in MCU news, we have Marvel Zombies is now officially on Disney Plus as of September 24th. I have yet to check it out.
I've watched it. I've watched the majority of it.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah! It's really good. You would definitely. I'll put it to you this way: there's a character that debuts. In this in the Marvel universe or in the MCU. He actually dropped in there as 2 parts. I'll just put it to you that way. But it's definitely something that you're going to want to see. Definitely something you're definitely going to want to see. I really can't speak on it, but it will catch up to a lot of the Phase 5 stories. It's basically what it's going to be about, but you'll see. You'll see. I just can't talk about it because when you see the one character, you're going to be like, wait a minute, hold on, but why the hell would they debut it now? Not in animation, but in live action. And see, that's the crazy part of it. But after all, it really is. It is good. Kate Bishop. You have Kamala Khan. You have Riri Williams, and you also have Friday. So yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth the chat, and it's definitely worth the to talk about. You definitely got to see that, man, and it's definitely quality animation as well. So I really can't complain.
For sure. Well, I know I'll be checking it out probably sometime this week. I will check it out at some point.
I am less enthused about Marvel Zombies simply because I'm not a fan of the superhero zombie mixture. It's not my thing, but I'm not going to rain on anyone's parade for liking it. It just doesn't hit that spot for me.
Fair enough. No, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So also in other news, Marvel news, Robert Downey Jr. to reinvigorate comic book movies. Shane Black, a director of Iron Man 3, has claimed that RDJ's portrayal of Dr. Doom in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday will single-handedly reinvigorate the comic book movie industry. Because, he's just a man playing a dude inside another dude. What are your thoughts on that? On Shane Black's thoughts on Avengers Doomsday reinvigorating the slumping numbers of comic book movies?
I mean, it's a possibility. RDJ has always been, decent when it comes to his acting. I mean, he stepped into the mask of Iron Man and look where it's got.
You're back to breaking up, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what's going on, gentlemen, but um, as far as I'm concerned, we'll just have to see.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And what about you, Dave? You got any thoughts on that?
Um, Actually, I have a lot of thoughts. I mean, I'm still a fan of RDJ, of course.
Yeah.
Um, we'll see how his Doctor Doom does. We really didn't get very much of a look in the Fantastic Four film,
Yeah.
but
You got like
uh,
2 seconds of him playing with the baby.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, but just in conversations I've had with other people, I came to realize that I think that the superhero slump, as it's being called, isn't due to burnout per se, or at least it's not due to burnout amongst the core audience.
Okay.
But when you take a look at the greater MCU and how interconnected it's become,
Yeah.
and how many things you need to watch and keep track of in order to know what this new movie is going to be possibly including in there, where it fits in and everything. It's it's back to comic book collecting. You
Yeah.
know, you had to uh, you had to buy issues of series that you don't normally buy just to keep track of the storyline in regards to the characters you are interested in.
Right.
And so I think that one of the one of the best things that Disney and Marvel could do at this point is do a Disney Plus special every year in MCU end of year recap. Just get one of their personalities, not necessarily one of the actors or anything, but they've got bunches of interview personalities and other stuff for Disney. Uh, go over what happened this past year in Marvel, how it all works out, just so that people can get the recap and the catch up.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing about it. Here's the problem I've always had with the it's too much to keep up with. Half of it comes out on streaming. And the
Mhm.
movies are on streaming within 4 to 5 weeks of being in the theater, maybe within 6 to 8, depending on the movie.
Mhm.
Throughout 365 days, there should be enough time here and there to just
Right,
kind of keep up.
right.
And so,
But
so yes, an end of year recap would be nice. I don't necessarily see it as necessary because it's like if you're not keeping up, and I mentioned this before, each Marvel movie is a standalone movie. You don't have to keep up with the overall storyline. If you want to, then why wouldn't you want to watch the whole movie of every movie? Like an end of year recap would kind of be for casuals who don't really want to watch all the movies.
right,
Want to
and
kind of
that's and that's
keep up
and
with
that's the
what's
thing,
going on.
and that's what I'm saying. I mean, I agree with you, but that's simply because we are comic book nerds. We are used to this. We know it. But for the average Joe public who's just going to see a popcorn film and hey, this is related to this other film. Oh, cool. I'll try that other film. All of a sudden, it's gone from 3 or 4 films to 2 dozen films and half a dozen series that you need to keep track of in there.
I
And so
wouldn't say
that's
need to.
what,
I
but
think
but
that's
that's
okay.
but and that's the thing. People like you, me, and Saint, we need to watch to keep up, to get and to see the Easter eggs and to see the call outs, the shout outs, and all that on all that bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Let
stuff
me tell
that
you.
the general public doesn't really
Okay.
get,
Right.
understand, or
But let me kind of explain like where I'm coming from with this about the don't need to. Out of the first 22 Marvel movies, there's like a bunch of there's like a caveat of like, or not caveat, but a grouping of like 6 that you could watch, and it would basically tell you the entire Infinity War story. You don't have to watch every single television show and every single movie unless you want to. There are key ones that you need to watch to keep up with the storyline, and there's maybe about I'll even say 6 was a conservative estimate, probably closer to 9 or 10 out of 22 that you would need to watch in order to keep up. But I think where you're getting where you're triggering me for lack of a better word
Dr. Davey Priest
is thank you welcome is in saying that one would feel that you need to, like, if you desire knowing every single part and every single story within the MCU, then yeah, trust me, you're taking on a Herculean task. There's like what 30 or 25 movie, or not 25. Yeah, there's like 25 movies or 30 movies. There's there's like 5 or 10 different TV shows. Like, yeah, there's a monstrosity, but you're choosing because you want to know everything to take on that Herculean task. You don't need to do it in order to keep up with what's going on.
But there is a thing called FOMO, which is, you don't want, it's like, and even we feel it. You know, it was hard for me earlier to just say that, you know, I'm going to pass on Marvel Zombies because it's not my thing. There's a sort of tribalistic need to, once you have found a fandom, everything needs to meet your expectations and needs.
Right.
And that's one of the big issues of any fandom. And so, like I said, I don't mind that Marvel's branching out in the same way that, like with Zombies, trying to bring some horror fans, you know, Walking Dead fans into the MCU. Hopefully expanding the fan base, because that's how communities grow in there. Right. But it's just not for me.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, and I understand it. No,
and a lot of fans have that. They have a myopic vision of, it's like, you know, I'm not complaining that there's too much Marvel or too much Star Wars or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that
in order to draw in more casual fans.
And
like I said, I think it's just that letter that we're needing.
And for the general public, they want to be entertained, but they don't want to be entertained in the same way that the hardcore fans want to be entertained.
Right. They don't want to be entertained with long storytelling and our big arcs and so on and so forth.
Right.
All right, so we'll get moving a little bit because we're getting close to Let's close out Marvel talk and let's see what's going on with the DCU. It's really, I think we already spoke about what was the major news out of the DCU, which was about Peacemaker and the reveal and having Nicholas Hoult show up in that Peacemaker episode. But there was also news of James Gunn's confirmed that he is writing the follow-up film to Superman as we speak. It will be titled Man of Tomorrow. So, gentlemen, are you excited about what James Gunn is going to bring us after what he brought us with that first Superman movie?
For me, yeah. But I still want to be able to see some of the other stuff that's coming through. So, you know, we'll see how that works.
All right. Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to wait to see the next installment in Gunn's DCU, because I'm enjoying it. I'm liking the direction. They still have the problem that trying to figure out how to integrate Batman into the DCU. Yes. In that, you know, is Matt Reeves' Batman going to be canon? Is it not? You know, how is
I thought he already addressed that. The Matt Reeves, you're talking about the Robert Pattinson one, right?
Yeah.
I thought he already addressed that that's an Elseworlds story.
Okay.
That's Elseworld story.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said it won't be included in the yeah. So
Right.
but
Which in
yeah.
some way is good and some ways is bad because
Okay.
it's still highlighting that DC still does not have its shit together completely.
True. But there's gonna be some
Yeah.
bumps.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some
Now
bumps starting out.
we'll see with the Clayface movie.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of an interesting development, putting out a movie before you actually have the antagonist hero to that character premiering. So we're getting
Well, I mean, they did that with Gotham.
Yeah, but that's not exactly DCU. That's not building into a shared universe the way that DCU and MCU is.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily always have to start off with the hero because I mean, you think about what was it? Kind of like how the entire Marvel, like the entire Marvel thing when it came to the movies when it started off with Blade. Blade wasn't, Blade wasn't like S tier.
Right, because they didn't. Right, with Blade, with X-Men, with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, they were not in the mindset of creating a shared universe or of expanding into a shared universe. And so
That was back when
right,
trilogies were trilogies.
right.
Along.
Yeah, exactly. So you have the situation where for Marvel, it's like the Sony situation with all the Sony Spider-Man side projects.
Right.
Yeah.
So DC just needs to get completely unified. I mean, they don't have the excuse Marvel had. Marvel had some of the most popular franchises and IPs in the hands of other companies that they had to coordinate with. DC, it's all in house. Okay, this should just be one harmonious
Okay.
gathering.
I agree with you 100%, which is why I hate to say this. James Gunn has given us one cartoon, two live actions, and one movie for this DCU. Like they will build out a storyline, and I believe that they will build it out well because of who's at the helm. Kind of like how Marvel benefited from Kevin Feige being at the helm and kind of having a vision for the stories he wanted to tell in those first 22 movies and television series. I believe that James Gunn has a vision for the DCU, and he's going to execute that vision. But as for right now, like, yeah, I agree. DC had an issue with Warner Brothers for a very long time of lacking continuity of a greater shared universe. It almost felt like in a lot of the stories that they told outside of the animated world, every movie or story didn't really feel too interconnected, or where it did feel interconnected, it felt forced. Okay. Yeah. And so hopefully James Gunn untangle all of that and give us the greatness that the DCU can be. Other news from the DCU moving forward: Peacemaker season 3 has already been confirmed. Following the end of Peacemaker 2, James Gunn hinted that some characters may continue in a different DC series instead of a direct season 3. Let's see. Peacemaker season 2 is supposed to be a prequel, just so you know, for Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and then James Gunn mentioned that the antagonist for season 2 is open to speculation that it could involve Rick Flag Sr. So, gentlemen, your thoughts on this being a direct follow-up or direct prequel to the Superman Man of Tomorrow?
I'm all for it.
Yep.
Okay. All right, and then the last DC news, we'll go straight to Batman: The Brave and the Bold. This week, Gunn has confirmed that the new Batman movie focusing on Bruce Wayne and his son Damian, it'll be released before 2030, 2031.
Yeah.
So if I were you, I would not hold my breath unless you're like Olympic swimmer, but even they can only hold their breath for a couple minutes. And casting search for DC's Batman is not currently active, with Gunn dismissing recent casting speculation. So nobody is being chosen. Nobody is read for the part. I'm pretty sure with a 5-year timeline, they probably won't even decide on a Batman for another year or two.
Yeah.
But there are good candidates out there. Just don't let it be Robert Pattinson or Ben Affleck. Anyway,
I don't have a problem with actually either one of them having done that. My problem is that it should go to a lesser known actor. This needs Batman is a putting over role. This is a role that puts somebody over. You don't need to put Ben Affleck or Robert Pattinson over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jensen Ackles is supposed to have been talking about trying to play that role. You got Alan Richardson, which is actually, I could definitely see him playing Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Wayne, and I can't wait to see who they cast for Damian Wayne. There's a lot of great young actors out there.
Yep.
Take one of those kids, any one of the little. I hate to say it like this, no. Any one of the little.
It's gonna be Justice Smith.
Who's Justice Smith?
Oh, not Justice Smith. Will Smith's kid.
No,
because I'm sorry, but look,
Jaden, I love Jaden Smith to death, but no.
Jaden, that's it.
No Damian Wayne for Jaden Smith. Unless you're giving me a black Batman.
First of all, that's a 10-year-old.
Not even then, right?
He's a 10-year-old kid.
I say you could take any one of the kids from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Any one of the YT kids from Cobra Kai.
Well,
like I think any of them would make Robbie. Like Miguel's already Blue Beetle, so that would just be hilarious when they come across.
But the thing is, Damian Wayne is a little ass kid. He's not even. He's like 10 years old.
Yeah, I know.
What about the little white kid that got chucked through the window in season 1 of Cobra Kai? He looks like he's about 10 years old. Even if he isn't really, he's probably a teenager, but he looks like he's 10 years old. He could play the part. Just saying. Martial artist. Damian Wayne eventually becomes a skilled martial artist.
Yeah.
I think they would play the role well. All right, so that is going to close us out for the first hour of the show and for Pop Culture Corner. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let's get back to that pop culture quiz question, which was, in Fight Club, what consumer product does Edward Norton's character obsessively order from IKEA to furnish his apartment?
Isn't it a bed?
Good guess. Close. Dave?
I'm going to say couches.
Close. The Yin Yang coffee table. Is the answer. Yin Yang coffee table.
Okay.
Show 2, you nothing. All right. So that'll do it for the first half of the show, you guys. As you know, we'll take a break right quick and come back with more wrestling and video game talk. Let's see. Why is this now? There it is. Just gotta get the commercial real quick. Yep, there it is. And that will do it for us. We'll see you on the opposite side of the break. Peace.
This is now versus then. This is now versus then. Get on your mark, let's go. This is now versus then. Burning up your radio, still turning up the heat with Poetic on the flow. Got you moving to the beats with the Saint as your host. Shout out the collective, hold it down, we gon' clown, that's the lesson. Where Generation X meets Generation Next, with them bangers from the east to the south to the west. Yeah, this how we do it in Sacktown. Slide to the studio, yup, it goes down. These beats gon' pound. waking the game up, told you it goes down. And this is only the intro. Turn the mics on, shout out to my kinfolk. Where you at, y'all? Let's get this started. Turn down for what? We about to start the party. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then.
Got to keep it, you got to keep it lovely, you got to keep it, you got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle, I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me, I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode button, push it, make it do something. No balls for me, cause I'm a loose cannon. I get to choose, camera, switch it up, look up a new banner. Keep smoking on that banner.
So we're gonna get to talking some NBA free agency. The Dolphins trade Jalen Ramsey. Anyway, so we'll start out with
They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah. Come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami. If I'm alive within yourself.
Yeah.
All right. And we are back. Back.
Oh, we are refreshed and we are good to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. There's Dave. What's up, brother?
Hey,
All right. So we're going to get right back to it before we get into the SmackDown. Allie over here. And remind y'all to keep checking us out. We have the Twitch site, we have the YouTube site. You can check us out on the Double KK Double Network. And yeah. Next up is our talk about big sweaty men, which is All right. So, as always, we start out every new segment with the pop culture quiz. Let's see if you guys can get this one. I'm pretty sure you guys should be able to get this one. In The Sixth Sense in 1999, what color is consistently used to signal the presence of supernatural activity? I'm pretty sure you both know. Save your answer till the end of the show. Or the end of the segment.
Damn.
I got it. But
All right. So we'll open up with a little talk about what went down on Monday night. Raw.
You got issues, man. Issues,
Yes.
sir.
because Raw is war, Raiders.
Backwards. Anyways, I used to always say that back in the day when they used to do it on USA, and they're like, Raw is war, backwards. There we go. All right, so top matches from this week are Penta and the War Raiders dropping the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Bayley
Not just dropping the New Day, but Penta finishing off Grayson Waller with a top post Mexican destroyer.
That was beautiful. Very well done, too. Very well done. We had Bayley defeat Roxanne Perez with Valkyria in her corner.
Yep.
And then she proceeds to bully her as she gives her a hug.
Yep.
Crazy Bayley is in full effect.
Yep.
And I'm
Bitches be
loving
crazy.
every bit of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's from Loco.
She I love the one when they did it last, I think it was last week or week before last, where Valkyria ran into her.
That was last week. Yeah.
Yeah, after Bayley came out in the save, and she runs into her backstage, and Bayley is wearing the solid white, solid black half and half shirt.
Oh.
I was like, nice little subtle nod there. That's pretty dope. We also had Rusev destroy JD McDonough.
Yeah.
At the behest of Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah. With Finn, Dominic has a chance to interfere to save JD, and he's just kind of pausing because Rusev catches him. It's like a game of red light, green light. And Dom is just like that. Finn does the run-in to try to spare JD even more torment.
Now, mind you, this was after the bell had rang. Rusev had already beaten JD. With the submission.
He kept the Acolyte going.
Right, he kept the Accolade on, and Dom kind of just stands there like, should I go in? Should I go in? Even though Dom had the advantage coming at him from behind.
Yeah.
Dom still hesitated at the rope. Finn came down and made the save, and you kind of see Finn going off on Dom.
Yeah.
What the hell? Sorry, spider webs. I don't like it. They pop up all over the place. Anyway, but yeah. So I'm hoping at the end of all of this, whatever it is, that Dom drops the IC title to Rusev. I want it to be like Rusev or Miro or whatever you want to call him. We also had Jey Uso continue his feud with LA Knight. I'll say, and that was closer to Stone Cold than it was LA Knight. Anyway, but so Jey Uso gets what could be considered a shady win, dropping Knight while he was distracted fighting off the Vision. And if this is what I think it is with Jey, which is I think eventually we're going to see a full heel turn back into bloodline Jey. I'm here for it. I just don't give me another Jimmy versus Jey match. Not WrestleMania, not Survivor Series. We good. Y'all gave us one. That was enough.
No, that's a hell no.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I like what they're doing with Jey. The person that's so desperate to get the championship back.
Yeah.
Then we also had in what was Rhea Ripley defeated Asuka in the main event.
Yep.
Which was an epic match that ended with what? I believe it was Rhea. It was Rhea hitting. No, what? How did she win? After losing,
We're old. We can't remember what happened a couple
we
days
can't
ago.
remember what happened earlier this week. Anyway, so she drops her with the, I believe it was with the, what is her name? What is the name of her finisher?
Razor's Edge?
Riptide. No, she hit her with the Riptide and pinned her 1, 2, 3. After the match, Asuka's so pissed that she lost that she attacks. My
Kyrie
playing like shit. Sorry. I'll say yeah. So she proceeds to start beating down Rhea Ripley, and she forces Asuka. Then forces Kairi Sane to help out or to join her in beating down Rhea. This leads Io Sky to come out to stand in between them and Rhea. Because after the match, also Asuka hit Rhea in the face with the mists. So evil Asuka is fully back. So Io stands in between them, and then Asuka turns on and beats down Io and makes Kairi participate as well, including hitting her with an insane elbow. So, gentlemen, your thoughts on Asuka finally turning on Io, something we all saw.
It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
It was bound to happen. Yeah. Now we'll get some Io and Rhea Ripley against the Kabuki Warriors.
I can't wait to see that.
It'll happen.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And so Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins had a heated exchange at the beginning of the show to promote their match at Crown Jewel coming up in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
So instead of having it, they tried. It's funny. They tried this with Survivor Series a few years back, where every Survivor Series for like 3 years straight, or 2 years straight, 2 or 3 years straight, it was champion versus champion, the Raw champion versus the SmackDown champion. Now they have reserved these matches for Crown Jewel every year, so that they can crown a new Crown Jewel champion. The winners from last year, Cody Rhodes is back in the championship match against Seth Rollins, which they kind of bad. The promo we were just talking about, and then you have Stephanie Vaquer taking on who's the current women's champion? Stephanie Vaquer. Oh, and taking on Tiffany Stratton. Taking on Tiffany Stratton. Yeah. So both of those matches should be epic. But we will crown a new women's Crown Jewel champion because last year's winner was Liv Morgan. And do you guys think we see a three-peat with Cody, or is this Seth's year? What do you guys think?
No repeat.
No repeat?
No repeat.
All right. And what about you, Dad?
I'm not even going to venture a guess at this point on it. I'd like to see Stephanie maintain, but like there's everyone's saying, it's she's really young, she's still getting in there. I don't know if they're going to have her peak too soon, but we'll see.
I don't necessarily see it as that. I think she's on a big push, and right now with the winning of the title. So having her go over the more established champion in Tiffany Stratton wouldn't be a bad thing. But I think it's going to be a fun match to watch. As far as Cody goes, I just think it's Seth's year. Like I think the whole thing with the Vision, I think it's Seth's year right now. But I don't think Seth wins clean.
No, of course not.
Exactly. Of course.
The Vision get involved or something along those lines. So Let's see. Now we're going to talk a little bit about SmackDown. I don't know if you gentlemen watched SmackDown. Unfortunately, I did not. I had to work Friday night. But the key moments to SmackDown were Tiffany Stratton retained her women's championship against Nia Jax and Jade Cargill. Again, I said if she wins this match, I think she's going to hold it to WrestleMania, but we'll see.
Right.
I want to say Cody Rhodes received an assist from a returning Randy Orton. I guess we've been attacked by Drew McIntyre. Conversational finish in the women's tag match. And an update on the feud between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu are feuding now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now
Talk to
that
me,
one I
fellas.
did see. Listen. Jacob came down to that ring, snatched that microphone out of his hand, and told him to shut the hell up. And he was, he just got with it. They went between barbs, going through, and pretty much that was pretty much going to be at the end of it. But I can definitely tell you this: that match is coming. That match is definitely coming. I want to see that. I definitely want to see that.
I'm here for it.
Back. Yeah, snatching the microphone back and forth. That shit was like, yada me. He was like, oh, gas, no bow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be a really good good build up.
Yeah.
It's a good push for Jacob.
Yeah. It's definitely his first high profile feud.
Yeah. But
like he had some good feuds for the US title, but this will be his first like main event level feud.
Right. But then again, who isn't Drew McIntyre feuding with?
He's pretty much feuding with everybody.
He says me versus the world. Fuck all. I have no allies. I have no friends. I'm just
you know he's getting ready to play
bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. What's up? What's up, Sam?
You know he's going to be playing the brother of the McLeods with Henry
Drew McIntyre. Yeah. In Highlander.
Yeah, I can see that.
Javon Evans made his SmackDown debut, and what I heard was an amazing match in the Open Challenge against Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
And the Street Profits again defeat Melo and Miz to become the number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championships.
Maybe they're getting it together.
Oh wow! You didn't tell me. You didn't mention the fact that Fatu injures McIntyre.
Well, we didn't hear anything.
It says on SmackDown. It says Fatu injures
McIntyre. That part I kind of missed.
Yeah, an altercation between Drew McIntyre and Fatu ended with Fatu attacking the already injured McIntyre with his own protective boot. And then the women, they had a women's tag match between Julia and Kiana James taking on Meechin and B-Fab. The finish occurred after James illegally raked Meechin's eyes. And they were able to get the pin. So that was pretty much the synopsis for SmackDown. Gentlemen, any overall thoughts about it?
Let's just get to the next. Man, this is gonna be good.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think the other thing was wasn't the match with Nia Jax had a controversial end because the ref paused after the 2 count.
Yeah, there was a botch. Yeah. There was supposed to have been a botch with that.
Yeah.
From a fan standpoint, I understand where they look at it as a botch, but that wasn't the referee's botch.
No, it was Nia's botch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that wasn't his botch. That wasn't her botch.
Yeah.
Why, unlike Vince Russo said, she'll probably still have a job this week. That was not on her. She actually corrected and tried to hide it. It just sucks. This is something that I've talked to people about recently, especially when watching. Their camera angles. Like the angles that they choose to use to shoot certain things is beyond me. Like they used to do a much better job at choosing the proper camera angle to hide certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but now Not so much. Not so much at all. Also, last subject real quick. For those of you who know who he is, there's a man by the name of Oba Femi in NXT. He's been the NXT champion for a while now. I'd say at least the last 4 or 5 months. But he just dropped the title to Ricky Saints, otherwise known as Ricky Starks in AEW. And there's rumors he may be making his way to Raw or SmackDown. For those of you who have never seen this man, he is a fucking freak of nature. He is a goddamn beast. He reminds me of Brock Lesnar, just a little bit more cut. So hopefully, maybe they make him a Heyman guy. They give him some kind of manager, but we'll see if he does come to the main roster, or he may go back and try to win. I believe this was the second run with the NXT title, so he may go back for a third. Who knows? But gentlemen, your thoughts on the potential of Oba Femi making his way to the main roster?
I've seen all the work that he's done in NXT. He's definitely a solid. I think he can definitely make some impact over there.
Sure.
Definitely.
100%. All right, so that's that one. That was the last thing I want to talk about for wrestling. So let's, gentlemen, move into Tech Tinker's favorite part of the show. All right. So the first thing that comes up on my radar is a very, very interesting story. Well, actually, sorry, let's answer that pop culture quiz question. Y'all got an answer for this? What color is consistently used to signal the presence of supernatural activity?
Saint, let you take the first shot.
But
Yellow?
yeah.
Red.
Red is right. All right. So your final pop question quiz for the day, gentlemen, is this. Which 1990 animated film was the first from a major studio to be rated PG, largely due to the frightening images and dark themes? I'll let you guys think on that, and let's talk some video game news. First subject up, Costco said Q to Xbox and is removing all of their FU to Microsoft and is removing all of their Xbox stock and selling it at discounted rates, and will be solely carrying PlayStations and Switches from now on.
Yeah.
Dave, you care to hit us up?
Well, I mean, they still haven't explained exactly why they're doing this, but considering that Microsoft has done two price increases so far this year alone. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be pretty big. It's going to be a pretty big impact on Microsoft because you're talking about one of the major retailers no longer carrying your product.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about it. I agree 100%. This should be huge for Microsoft in a negative way. But I think as far as their bottom line goes, I don't think it's going to change much. Because you still got Xboxes being sold at Walmart, you still got Xboxes being sold at Target. And as much as I love Costco, the numbers of those stores outnumber Costco's.
Oh yeah.
Like significantly, not by a large margin, but like significantly, to the point where it will definitely hit them, but I don't think it will cause a slowdown in people buying Xboxes. I think like the most recent Xbox, I think we're beyond the time. When did the Xbox Series S come out? 2020? Or was it? So. Yeah, it was 2020. Yeah. So we're 5 years into the life cycle of the whatchamacallit. They aren't selling that many Xbox Series S's and X's anyway. I think that's partially why they felt comfortable raising the prices. It's not like there's hundreds of people out there buying them a day. they probably get 50 to 100 sales on that. And I'm just talking about in the U.S. They probably get 50 to 100. I'll say conservative estimate on the top side, 10,000 in a month. But they're not selling hundreds of thousands, if not millions of consoles anymore. Like those days are done.
Okay, and yet Xbox and Microsoft just dropped a handheld, one
Yep.
for $599 and one for $1,000. Come on, man.
Look, man, businesses do what businesses do because they're businesses. You know what I'm saying? Their point is to make a profit. It sucks for the consumer that we live in this type of society where businesses don't care about the people who pay those bills. But the bottom line is the biggest issue will always be this. People very rarely ever all galvanize behind a point significantly enough to change a big name marketers, change their ways. Very rarely ever do people like boycott this, boycott that. And it's like 100,000 people boycott. They lose like $10,000 that month, and then they come back strong with all the same stuff 6 months later when people forget about it and move on. I think Xbox will see a small hit. And I think that's the other thing to look at it from, too, is from a business standpoint. How many Xboxes were truly being sold at a Costco every month or every year anyway? Right. If Costco total over the 5 years has only been like 3% of their total sales of Xboxes, then are they really losing out? But I do think that I support and encourage Costco to do exactly what they did, because Costco's taking a chance to show that they care about their consumers. And if Xbox is going to continue to hike up the prices, Costco is going to carry their product. Mm-hmm. So, gentlemen, your thoughts on this before we move on?
You know me. I mean, everything is eventually going to go up. I'm not quite sure exactly, what is going to affect them not doing this anymore with Costco, but I mean, we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah. I think if it was something of importance, if Costco was a vendor of importance, Microsoft would have already reacted.
Yeah.
Microsoft would have already made a change. All right. So the next subject up, gentlemen, is about the PS5, and it is our PS Plus. Just added one of the best games of all time. They just recently added The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Are either of you gentlemen excited to play this game? Did you guys play the original?
Both.
You played both of them, part 1 and part 2? And would it be worth it?
Oh yeah, it's worth it.
I mean,
you have the one, you have the complete, but yeah, you'll definitely want to go through the game experience. I mean, if you watched it on TV, that's fine, but I guarantee you it's more impact and it's a lot more brutal than the actual TV show.
Than the actual TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be.
Yeah. You'll be running for your life, trust me. And you'll be doing a lot of stealth.
All right, Mr. Dave.
Again, I'm not a real big zombie guy, so I never really. I mean, I didn't quite get in on the Last of Us hype. I recognize that it's a very well written and done game and now TV series, but it's just there's no real draw for me. So.
All right. So the next subject up is a shocker, as they're doing it this soon. But January 5th will be a sad day for WWE 2K fans. Not for fans who are playing 2K25 or 2K26, but for fans that are playing 2K24. As January 5th, 2026 will be when they shut down the servers for WWE 2K24. So, and if it's anything like what they do with the gosh darn, whatchamacallit, with NBA 2K, which me and Swab were talking about this, they shut down one 2K server that he was playing on, and he had no access to be able to bring his stuff offline and continue playing in that My Player offline. It got deleted when the server shut down. And if this is anything like that, that's kind of jacked up because not everybody can afford to buy the new one. But I guess a lot of new people are going to have to now. What are your thoughts on this, gentlemen? Saint, kick us off.
Well, we already know that servers are usually shut down. I mean, I think the last time I had a game that was shut down on the servers was probably, I don't know, I think it was one of the 2K games. And it was just like one day I just went in there and it was like, damn it. What the hell? Just, shit happens.
Yep. I'm right there with you.
That's why I love my hard copies with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. All right. And Dave, your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's always sad when a game that you love shuts down and no longer gets support. Especially as Saint was talking about, if it's digital, and you don't have a physical copy to continue playing. But at the same time, it's the corporate mindset of we need to enact policies to move people away from the older stuff so that they'll buy the new version and get us more money. We already got their money for 2K24. We need to make sure we get their money for 2K26.
Yep. We need to make the same thing that happens with iPhones and everything else. They conveniently download a whatchamacallit into your phone to update the app, and all of a sudden now all the old apps don't work anymore, and nothing works, so now you're forced to go buy either the newest phone or at least as close to the newest phone as you can get.
And it's not like a situation where with persistent MMO games where the company makes a business decision that we're just shutting the whole thing down because we can't make any profit off of it.
Yeah.
This is the next entry in the series. We're not going. Rockstar is not going to make WWE games anymore.
Right.
They're not going to cease making wrestling games. Yeah. They realize that it's a valuable IP to have, and they're going to keep pushing it. This is just, to be frank, a dick way to, try to get more people to buy into the newer.
Oh man, is that a dick move?
Yeah.
Is that a dick move? Oh man. All right. So next subject up is one that you guys may be interested in, may not. Who knows? Ghost of Yatoti's boycotts clearly aren't working, says the title of the article, as it's the best-selling PS5 game worldwide. I have yet to see why it was supposed to be being boycotted. Because they replaced Jin with new protagonist Atsu.
Yeah. Also, I think there was a bit of a kerfuffle with Ghost of Yotai in that it was possible in the game to destroy shrines, which is a big, huge no-no for Japanese culture. And that was the main thing that is getting protested for in Japan.
Right.
But
I don't know. People getting too sensitive. But evidently, people ain't following through on the boycotts because it's the best-selling game on the PS5 worldwide. So, Saints, any thoughts on this?
No, I'm just looking forward to the game once I get it.
All right. So the highest rated game of the year is officially out now, but you cannot play it on the PS5 or the Xbox. Would you care to take a guess at what it is, gentlemen?
Well, I got the article open, so I don't have to guess.
Oh. Well, the name of that game would be Hades 2. It's the highest rated new game release of 2025 so far, but unfortunately, it is not playable on the PS5 or the Xbox at the time that this article came out, which was yesterday. Hades 2 1.0 launch comes 5 years after the release of the original one, which my daughter played and beat as well. Critically acclaimed roguelike game, like its predecessor, Hades 2 is on overwhelmingly positive reviews, and it follows in the footsteps of the original well as well.
Yep. And the original Hades was launched simultaneously PC, Steam, and the Nintendo Switch as timed exclusive for the Switch.
Okay.
And it was a year later that Hades made its way to PlayStation and Xbox.
An Xbox. Yeah, I was gonna say my daughter had it for her Xbox.
Yep.
All right. I'm here for it.
Yep.
But it's just funny to me though, because it is a reverse of what normally happens, which is normally the games come out for the Xbox and the PlayStation first, and then everything else gets it. I guess this is one of those rare times where Xbox and PlayStation are coming in late to the party on this game. Sorry, I got to switch in.
See first, and then
Yeah.
For sure. All right, gentlemen. I'll give you this free time before we close this segment out and get to where can I find you next. Anything in particular that you gentlemen wanted to bring up on the show that we didn't get a chance to cover?
Yeah, well, we definitely want to talk about this this EA thing, and what's going on is that EA is having $50 billion deal with Saudi Arabia and other investors to go private. That's crazy work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really crazy work. And all the other companies that's involved with it. You got Blizzard, you got Take-Two, you got Embracer, and of course, Nintendo currently holds a 2.6 stake in EA. So we need to see what's going to happen and what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
EA
saying?
sells,
Saudi Arabia, they're a little bit under the radar because of the Crown Chairman Mohammed bin Salman about the assassination of that journalist.
Yep.
And then, of course, the country has been accused of a wide range of human violations as well. So we'll just have to see what happens because, some of these PGA golfers have already jumped ship.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see what the hell happens.
Yes, sir. And Dave, any thoughts on the EA purchase?
EA is going to EA. We were talking about this before we came on, and dude, I remember EA back in the day when the logo was the square ball triangle. I remember original Bardsdale on the Apple IIe. I remember back when they were quality, but you can't really say that anymore.
Times change and money walks, right?
That's right. It's
all
about the money. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that's the downside to living in a capitalistic society. Period. Is that money is the root of everything.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Anybody else? Anything else? No. All right. So then what we will do is get back to that question and see how close you guys come to the answer. Which 1990s animated film was the first from a major studio that would be rated PG, largely due to frightening images and dark themes?
Cool World.
I thought that too when I first read it, but no.
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
The Prince of Egypt, gentlemen. The Prince of Egypt. In 1998. Was given the first ever animated PG rating.
Yeah.
So that will take us into our final segment of
Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. PG rate animated PG rating?
Yeah.
Okay, because I could have sworn the Transformers back in 1980, 86 was PG. As a matter of fact, there were 2 cuss words just
Hang
because
on
it
a
was
sec.
rated PG. Or was it PG 13?
Dang it. Can't type.
Hold on.
Because I specifically remembered it.
Yep, Transformers the movie, rated PG.
Rated PG? Oh, okay.
Came out in 1986.
It looks like they got it wrong.
This is what happens when you rely on AI for your trivia questions there.
Yeah, well,
It's not always that. Like that's just that's just AI catching a stray bullet. Like because this is like 1 out of like 12 or what we've been doing pop culture quiz for the past 3 months. So 12 or so episodes, and we've only had 3 questions that were genuinely suspect or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So 3, I'll take 3 out of 4 an episode out of 50 all day. I'll take 3 out of basically 50 questions all day.
No doubt.
All right. So that leads us into our final segment, which of course is where can we find you next? Saint, kick us off with where we can find you.
Let's see. Well, it all depends. If we drop an NVT deuce this evening, we may, but I am definitely going to be doing something tomorrow, Monday, and then I'm definitely going to be doing something on Tuesday. Tuesday, I will be interviewing streamer One Easy Mac. He does his thing on the porch, usually his streams, and he has a very decent following. So we're going to be talking to him about what he does when he does his streams. So yeah.
All right. There you go. And that's on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Right here on Twitch.
Right here on
all right. Dave, what's going on over there on the night shift, sir?
I'm back on the night shift tonight, switching from Fallout 76 back to Horizon Zero Dawn for tonight and tomorrow on the night shift.
Yes. All right. So right on.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn is back on the scene. It's Rune Scryer and the night shift. So be sure to join him at what time?
Midnight Pacific time to whenever I start falling asleep.
There you go. 3 a.m. for you East Coast folks.
Yeah.
Still up? Check them out. All right. So me, myself, and I'll be back in about 2 hours with Le Classroom. Featuring this week, it'll just be me and O'Malley, so I was taking the week off. So be sure to check us out. We're going to be talking about NBA, WNBA playoffs, NFL Week 4, 49ers, Raiders, all the fun stuff. So that's at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's right here on Twitch, YouTube, and the First GenXers YouTube. And other than that, gentlemen, any last words?
That's about it. Just ready to chill out, getting ready for this coming week, and all that other good shit.
All right. I'm going to go hopefully watch my team make a quick comeback and win this game. Down 6 with 3 minutes left. All right. Yep. So y'all check us out next week. Saint, you rating us out or no?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get it done.
All right. We're going to say goodbye in 5, 4, 3, 2, till next.